Welcome back, everybody, to the Wild Faith Podcast. My name is Evan Bungum, and I have my co-host, Luke Timmons, here in the flesh. We are on episode 75. 75.
75.
That's pretty crazy.
Realistically, we're at like a hundo plus, but
Yeah, but I mean,
Main pod.
75 main pod episodes where,
that means all you people have probably listened to us for at least 75 hours if you listen to every episode.
yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To truly think. But yeah, fun day. We've been at Game Fair all day. We're currently sitting in our beautiful studio of a hotel room and
It works.
waiting to go to the Midwest Flyways after party.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Should be a good time. Yeah. It's like I think we said it on Ducks and Bucks, but the kickoff to fall, because after, I mean, really this weekend for me is it's over. Not summer, but it's pretty much over because we go to Glacier next Friday. Liam starts school on the 20th, and it's full tilt into fall then.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, like, I feel like summer, I mean, for granted, I think we said in the last 2 podcasts ago, I mean, you moved. That was a big one. Mm-hmm. That took up time. Mm-hmm. We had our second child. That took up a ton of time and still does, and which is awesome, beautiful blessing. But, yeah, dude, it just feels like summer dissolved
Quickly.
But
I'm ready, I think, for fall,
yeah.
though.
I mean, we
Across
got
the
early
board.
goose come September 1st.
Today was like the day where it's like,
It's happening.
it's hot.
It's hot.
I'm hot. I'm ready for my favorite time of the year where I can wear shorts and a sweatshirt.
Yes. Upgrade from t-shirt to sweatshirt. Still wearing shorts.
Yeah.
That's typical Minnesota.
Yep.
And, you know, we're, 35 days away from bow opener for Minnesota and Wisconsin, too?
Yep.
It is kind of nice that they both coincide same time frame. Mm-hmm. Kind of unfortunate because if you do get a big buck, which we'll talk about later in the podcast, show up on the little house farm.
Yeah.
Would be
Won't have
exciting.
to drag it far.
No, not far at all. Probably get some help from your neighbors.
Maybe. I'm not giving away any backstrap meat, but I'll get scraps.
Yeah, but I figured we would just dive into it. We're going to be talking about nuclear physicists.
Okay,
and
have fun.
Talking about really deep intellectual things. But no, we just wanted to have a fun BS session here since we're kind of sitting together. And this is like what? This is probably the 7th or 8th in-person podcast that we've have ever done.
Probably if we stacked them all up, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because you just kind of get into the rat race of life, and then all of a sudden it's mid-August, and here we are.
But it's fun, though. I mean, like I said, we're talking about a lot of things here. I mean, we got early goose showing up here in a couple weeks. We got bow opener coming up a couple weeks.
Yep.
A lot of things that we were both getting done, and I want to dive in more into talking about your boat build.
Yeah.
Getting that thing ready. I mean, how does it? You get ready to rock and roll now, or a couple of little things you still need to do, or?
Well, we talked about it on Ducks and Bucks there, but yeah, blind will be the next thing, and then I'm ready. Yeah. Still, obviously, big thing for me is just getting out on the river as much as possible. There's so many backwater sloughs. I mean, even scouting not so much right now.
What can you do right now to scout? Anything?
You could maybe find some local birds. There's some woodies flying around, some local mallards.
So you're not necessarily like you would with a whitetail, where you're like, this feels like big buck habitat.
I mean, you could start definitely distinguishing like different, backwater cuts, sloughs maybe, or some, finding some off the beaten path things now maybe. You're still looking for just random things like that, or just places where they can loaf during the day or something like that. But I mean, the other duckweed obviously is a main thing that they're munching on. So just finding, for me, it's like,
I guess I don't even know that. What do ducks eat?
all sorts of things, a lot of vegetation. I mean, corn, beans.
Are they carnivores? Will they eat minnows and stuff?
I don't think so.
I mean, loons
there's obviously,
but they're not a duck, I guess.
What'd you say?
I said loons.
Oh, loons. I thought you said
They're a bird that flies that looks like a duck.
I thought you said woodies, and they're not a duck. I'm like, wait, what? Yes. Yeah,
they're
like acorns, that stuff. So
really, ducks like acorns.
Oh yeah, if you can find like a little back cut of like oaks out on the river, it could be kind of crazy.
Would have never guessed that in a million years. Huh? I mean, I could see it, I guess. Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, just a lot of local birds. There's not a whole lot shaking right now.
Okay.
Early goose.
I suppose that you could do that though. You could, but then again, too. I mean,
Early goose, there's a lot more scouting because you're trying to figure out where they're feeding in the morning and evenings. So
because you're hunting at this time for for early goose. I mean, you're hunting local birds, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So that made.
I mean, unless you had some sort of early cold front come down.
Down.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a lot of local birds. It is fun though. Early goose can be a lot of fun because
I have done it.
It's a lot easy. It's not. I should say a lot easier because it can be a grind and it's hot.
Yeah.
But as far as like your hide, like if you could find a solid field where they, just picked like some corn and there's still like, half a field of corn still up, you just tuck into those first 3 rows, sit on a bucket. I mean,
like, will they land in a sweet corn field?
If it's been picked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just
typically, I mean, like when we've been hunting is like pick beans maybe, or some silage.
Okay.
Like that kind of stuff where they're using to chop it all up.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like there's been years where we just tuck in 2-3 rows in, sit. You don't even need any sort of blind or anything. Just sit down.
Huh.
And yeah, you can just, if they want to work right, kill them.
Nice. Yeah. I've never done field. I know I've done early goose, like hunting water and stuff before.
I thought you guys went out in the field one time.
We have. Yeah. I mean, we have. I mean, people that assume that listen to this podcast think that I am absolutely, what's the word for it? Non-duck waterfall. The only reason that I guess it comes off that way is like I didn't grow up with it. No one in my family waterfall hunted. Shout out to Herb. He'd be my only uncle that did extensive amounts of waterfall, but I never got to go out with him, so I really never got pushed on me. And then my only experience really is going out with Jordan Wolf out to South Dakota.
Yeah,
and we were young and dumb and fun, and where we would have too much fun the night before and
not get too much hunting done the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my experience. So, but we did have fun days though, where we did kill birds.
Oh yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yep.
But I just kind of fell into the rut of being a whitetail nut, and that's taking up my time.
Yeah. I mean, love obviously deer hunting and all that, but I think I would say even more so than pheasant hunting, but like duck hunting, especially, you can be a lot more like personable. Or you get more of that personality, or that you connect more with people, I guess, when you're hunting with them that way.
Yeah, for sure. There's a little bit more camaraderie.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, hey, you know what? See you in 6 hours.
Yeah. Go sit in that tree. I'm gonna go sit across there.
And you just sit there and you're just texting back and forth.
Yeah. See anything?
What'd you see? Yeah. No. So, but yeah, that'll be fun. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. Get the boys out and get the boat out.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, just trying to figure out all the little backwater sloughs so I can, find them in the dark, basically. Yep. So.
Well, that's one thing, I guess, probably is an interesting topic to think about in terms of like navigating water in the, I've drove my boat at twilight or after twilight, just been late nights of fishing and stuff. But like, will you have big floodlights? Obviously, you still got to run your nav lights and stuff, but that does nothing for lighting your way.
Yeah, definitely getting some lights.
So floodlights, and then probably having good mapping, I would assume.
Honestly, Onyx fish I've been using a ton.
Okay.
Key thing with that too is it shows a lot of where the wing dams are as well.
Yeah.
Don't want to hit one of them, so that's been nice. But then able to obviously ping spots for some fishing, but
yeah,
switching back and forth between that and Onyx hunt just to
The nice thing about having some form of GPS, if it's for fishing, if it's for hunting, anything like that, I like talking about Onyx again. We always just keep tooting their horn, but like having, I look at my helix, all my helixes that I have on my boat. Like I look at my way marks of where I've drove, and I know that's safe because I've drove it before and I didn't
crash.
Didn't crash.
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing with like Onyx, like hunting and stuff too, where it's like if I've taken that path, I'm assuming it's right because I made it through that path and. You get to see
the tough part about the river, man, is
changes though.
We're at the
all the time
levels,
and there could be a new deadhead that shows up that wasn't there before.
Sure.
So
yeah, no, I got those 2 lights I used off of the canoe last year.
Okay.
Really probably only needed one of them on there, but I had bought a 2-pack. So
nice.
What I'm going to do is put those on the front, but maybe angle them out more.
Okay.
And then get like a skinny, a shorter light bar.
Yeah.
So I got the main light bar off the front and then the 2 smaller lights kind of go on either side kind of thing. And yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I finally have like a sense of calmness now. My wife probably could tell I've been on edge for the last, I don't know, 2.5 since turkey season pretty much got done because Millie showed up May 25th. At that point in time, we had literally didn't even mow the grass for where all the food plots were supposed to be this year.
Yeah.
Just due to like normally if I'm home, everything's pretty much ready to go June 1st to where all we need to do is either continually the spray or if it's a particular field that we disc, it's ready to go. We literally just plug and play. So, but like this year, we were a little behind the 8 ball. But shout out to my brother Eric. I know I got one weekend at home, but we got pretty much everything done.
You guys got a lot done.
We have a half of an acre left to plant out of the full 3.5 acres this year. We kind of downsized from last year. But yeah, everything's in the ground. We got, I think, behind the pond. I wanted to get corn in on our acre food plot this year and do half and half. I just didn't really get a chance, obviously. But we put down Hall Pass for in the back there. And that should be a really good mix for what it is of mixing in a couple. I think it's
that's domains, right?
Yep. That's got some brassicas in it, some hybrid brassicas. It's got clover. I believe I don't know if there's winter rye in it or not. I know there's oats. But it's just a really good, like our farm for kind of how it lays out, especially these last couple of years now where it has been so mild going into December and January where it's like they're not necessarily crushing corn or beans like they really do. If there's some lush green that's still left, like sometimes that's the best, and that's where that clover usually dies out pretty early, but those brassicas stick around really good.
What would your just not necessarily going into like what is your favorite like blend or something, but like just mid-season, thinking early October, late October, early November, late October. What sort of food plot would you want to be sitting over?
Honestly, I probably am not sitting over a big food plot.
Okay.
I'm going to be, that's kind of how we laid out our farm too. I think we have one destination food plot, which is like a kind of a half of a destination food plot because really it's not that big. Yep. It's an acre. And then we have a half acre landing strip, almost a full acre landing strip, which is another great food plot, not a destination food plot. But I look at all of our micro plots we have. I think we have 6 kill plots on the farm. Oh, that was a tongue twister. We have 6 kill plots on the farm, not farms. And, those I look at it, there's 2 in particular where they are tucked back to bedding. They're clover. It's just a really good mix of, I think all of them are in the hot chick blend. So it's a good mix of chicory and, I don't know if it's Ladino clover, what clover it is. It's a white clover. But a clover plot like that and tight to bedding to where in most of those I'm either pairing it with a water hole off the side or whatever that is too, where, those deer they've been in bedding all day with those does. They're going to go grab a drink quick. They're going to go probably grab a bite quick. And then they're moving to that next, if they're not with a doe, they're moving to that next area. Or if it's late October and they're running scrape lines, like there's a good chance that he might spend an extra 7 minutes there. And that might even be long, maybe 5 minutes there.
Sure.
Compared to him where he's going scrape,
right.
working down the tree line where he's just gone. So that'd probably be, if you had to put me in a spot, that's probably where I'm going to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
But it feels good to have them pretty much done. We have the last one to get in, but I might overseed a little bit here. We've had some really good rains, which is really nice. So we should be seeing some plants grow here for sure this week. And I'm just freaking ready, dude.
Yeah.
Been shooting my bow again finally, which feels good. And
nice.
Getting the rhythm of that. I don't really know if I'm going to be probably just going to run around with my compound for a bit, but for Doe Fest, it might be fun to whack a doe at the trad bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, I got my own little kill plot now in finally.
I know.
So
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. There's nothing that push mower,
crazy.
chainsaw, and a weed whacker can't accomplish.
And I'm surprised you didn't go with the no BS. That is a tried and true, like...
I know, that's usually the go-to, but I was like, I'm gonna change it up. Yeah. So I went with Big Sexy.
Nice. Great plan.
Yep. And, it was fun. I had Liam out last night. Last night? 2 nights? Yeah, last night, right before the rain. Raking, just taking a lawn rake to the whole thing and get
So
all
walk
the
us
dead.
walk us through that process, start to finish,
So I had sprayed
and
it.
how big it is.
It's probably
16th?
I'd say like I don't know, like the size of this entire room,
Yeah.
maybe a little wider.
Okay.
Definitely a little wider.
Yeah, I mean it's a good kill plot.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's
And it's
in the
long,
backyard.
too.
And it's about this,
Which is perfect.
about this length. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the week before I went and crazy and cutting stuff up, sprayed the heck out of it with glyphosate, make sure everything was just, actually, no, I didn't. I usually do that. This year I didn't. I sprayed like the front of it and then ran out, and then I got busy doing dad stuff. So didn't get back to it. So I literally just went out there with push mower.
Nice.
And then I bought
God, so you didn't even spray it down. It looked good.
Yeah, and then I bought this attachment that goes on the end of your weed whacker that's got like these 3 metal blades basically off of it. That really cuts. I mean, it can cut through.
What kind of, was it like stemmy back there, or was it just grass?
Both. There was some real thick, nasty stuff in there too. Some vines and stuff.
Probably just killed out all the bedding you had on the farm.
I wouldn't call it a farm. It's more of a backyard. But no, and then I threw the tact cam out there the other night after I just cut it all up and stuff and got it all cleared out. Put a camera back there, and that night there was 2 nice little bucks running around. So
I'm calling it. I've told it to Luke many times now, but I just had not a vision of it, but I just feel it in my bones that before the end of the rut, you will have a 9-pointer with a split brow on the left side, and we're going to call it low to mid 40s.
We'll take that. The problem is I'll probably be sipping a cup of coffee right when he walks through.
Yep. Well, how far is it from food plot to deck?
Like 60 yards, but I can't see it. That's not a problem.
Shoot.
Yeah. See, if I could see it,
That's what I was like, well, come on now.
Opening that patio door a little bit and letting something fly. But
it is funny, though, all the videos that do exist on the internet of those exact situations where it's like, hey.
The dad's like, oh, I got to run, get the bow. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be me.
That's a quick walk then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I'm going to hunt it with the boys.
Yeah.
That's
what it's about, though.
But yeah, I mean, I got Liam out there cutting stuff up, got him out there last night raking it. And then he was all jacked to do the, planning
Did he
part.
understand the concept of like what you were doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, he helped me with all the planting last year at the farm. Nice. So
it's funny now because like Nora, she's like, Dad, are we going to go plant food plots? Like, yep, you're my hired hand.
Now, now the work begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did good. Her and we had Zach out that day too, so which was fun. He brought his boy, Kanan, and both those kids just did. I gave them all the leftover seed that was in the bags, and they're throwing it up in the air. I'm like, perfect. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I look at especially like that exact setup. What you got? We got kids.
There's elephants walking around up top.
Running around up there right now. But yeah, dude, it's creeping up. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep. It's gonna be here. Like I've been thinking about this weekend for a minute because I was excited to see Cal and Joey and get together with you, and then picking up got a new camera set up for the fall, which will be nice. But it's like I've been thinking about this for probably a month and a half, and that went by like that. I mean, literally, we're gonna be at opener here before we know it.
Yeah, it's gonna go. We always say it goes fast, but then. A lot of fun things planned this fall. A lot of cool early season stuff that we're going to get done. And then heading to potentially both the Dakotas for hunting.
Solid. I think I'll take along with you for one of those.
Yeah. And then hunting the shit out of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Yeah. So,
are you going to come to the Doe? I can't remember. Are you coming to the Doe Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I have done, this is where it pays to do scouting when you have time. Like I just look at it like when we first moved to the Brainerd Lakes area, obviously we didn't have a kid yet, any of that stuff. And like I cut my teeth for probably 3 years of just like finding spots. Like every piece of public within probably a 60-mile radius, I feel like I put foot on and walked. And like for all those spots, it's like now I think of in my head where it's like this year, I mean, I've been bow hunting public up there for a long time, but it's like I have 6 or 7 spots in my head where it's like I haven't put boots on the ground, but just from historical sign when I was there and been there in the past, where it's like I'm going to assume that that's probably going to be the same that it was the year before and the year before that. So I feel pretty confident going into a lot of these public spots because honestly, that's probably going to be a majority of my hunting this fall will be on public.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the couple weekends I get to go home to the farm. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I don't even know what deer are alive on the farm right now. I know we have a nice young 3.5-year-old 10-pointer. So PSA to all my neighbors. I think we're on the same page. Do not shoot that deer. Please let him grow to at least 5. But yeah, I mean, I really hope Babe's alive.
That would be
If
nice.
he is, he's going to be a
giant,
absolute stud. I think if Hightower's alive, he's probably like in a walker something because he's
going to have that
old.
blow up year this year.
He could. I mean, Lee Lukoski talks about that where deer hit that 7 range, which is rare.
Back up.
And also they'll have a year where they blow up. But I mean, like they're talking those type of deer are 170 inches at 6 or even bigger. And then all of a sudden they have that one year they put on 30 years.
But I mean, any deer could do
Could
it.
do
It's
that.
just the size.
And I think, it's like you listen to all this stuff. I do think genetics plays a big role into it, but you really think of a deer's maturity. Like they don't, until they get to be about 5.5 is when they finally start dedicating majority of their, not majority, but like more nutrients from their body to their antlers because they're fully developed. They've stopped growing for size wise. Sure. But Lee had it really, I don't know if I caught this on a podcast, but like he was, and we haven't had this in Minnesota. We have in the past, but not like they do in the Dakotas or Iowa, it seems like, but EHD and blue tongue and stuff. Yeah. He was talking about how when those instances happen, which sucks because I think actually Missouri or Iowa's getting smacked with it right now where it's pretty bad. But when that happens, he said he tends to see his biggest deer ever, like those freaks, the 220s, the 225s, that happen usually 2 years after an EHD or blue tongue outbreak.
There's
less pressure for deer.
Well, yeah, less
for between does and bucks. There's less deer, so it's less stress. And I think people forget about that. And you think of your farm too. And this is getting really nitpicky, but like I do think those deer that are less pressured by just human intrusion, their own culture of the deer being around them, like that does affect antler growth for sure. I think.
I have no idea. I'll be honest. I'm outside. I'm over my waders now.
But yeah. No,
it's interesting. It is interesting. I would love it to see Hightower have like one more booming year.
I would if that deer showed up and he's a 8-pointer like he's been.
What do you think he was last year? Like $130?
No.
$115?
110.
Really? So that
105.
regressed.
I mean, this is a deer. So at
Peak.
5.5 peak. So we're talking southeastern Minnesota. We're not talking like Rushford. We're talking farm country, western, central Minnesota kind of. And you get anomalies. Like we're talking 170s, 175.
Rare.
On the rare side, maybe every 5 years. They're there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're always a giant somewhere, especially in farm country. But I look at it like, his peak, he was like 140. Just a really clean, super tall. I mean, he probably at his biggest had 12-inch, 12.5-inch G2s, maybe 13. And then was just a tight. That's where it's like you get in the scoring deer and stuff, like just tight rack. Didn't have any width to him, just tight, tall tines. And then all of a sudden it was like, went from 140 to 130, went to 115. And like our pictures from him last year, he's just old and ornery looking.
He looked old. Yep.
So that's where it'd be kind of fun to see him because I bet you his home range is tiny at this point.
Just hanging out behind the pond.
I don't know, man. It's amazing how deer pattern you through time, but that's where I do think it's good sometimes to shake things up and just look at your, take everything off the drawing board and just look at your farm completely differently. Because I know we did that the first year we went in, really started going at it with food plots and stuff. It was like, what have we done for 20 years and why did it not work for 20 years? It's like we should do something different.
So in like 13 years, we'll probably do the same thing again.
Yeah. But I give my dad credit though. I mean, he built that freaking farm from head to toe with every tree, pretty much. Yeah. But like how he would be like, I'm going to go to the deer shack.
Yeah.
And he would meander down to the deer shack, walking through the whole woods. I will say he did like start taking things into account where it's like, all right, what's the wind doing today? Well, that's right. It's a north wind. I probably can't get, but eventually it'd be like 5 o'clock and it's like, hey, the sun goes down in like an hour, right? Yeah, I'm just going to go to the deer shack. I'm like, me and you were sitting south of him with a north wind and we're like, dang.
Hunt's over.
Dang.
I remember there has been many a times where I sat at the church stand.
Yeah.
And Dave was down at the deer shack, and I don't know why he would walk the south. Like usually if you walk to the deer shack, you're walking the north edge of the property.
Yep.
But he would come either walk in that way, but then he would come walk out like the south edge, like behind Bruce's and stuff. And I'd just see like this orange head bobbing through the woods. I'm like, well, my hunt's over.
Hi, Dave.
Time to go.
Yeah.
And then he's just walking through, and he would cut up, where the old bridge used to be, and I was just like. And all right, I guess I'm going in for coffee.
It's crazy. I mean, but that's like the fun thing of like the small farm, though.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you had, hundreds of acres, it wouldn't make a difference. But yeah, it makes it fun. I mean, it was good times. I miss
a lot
that.
of memories. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm just freaking pumped for the season to get here. It's fun. When we had that transition from like July to June, from June to July, getting out of like more like the serious stuff. Into this now of talking about deer hunting finally again and food plots and getting ready for duck season. This is exciting, but dude, I'm ready for like the cutoff and be like, what'd you see tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What'd you shoot tonight? I'm pumped for that conversation.
Yeah. No, it's going to be fun.
I mean, some other stuff too. I guess it's interesting. A couple of things did get passed in Minnesota. So now South Zone. So we're talking South cities. Or technically cities and south of where it will be up to the counties. From my understanding of reading next year, 2026.
Yeah.
Do not take a rifle out. You will go to jail.
This year. And potentially next year.
Well, it just depends. So that's the thing. So if your counties approve the use of rifles, which I think is going to be...
Does not sound like anywhere on Rochester is going to approve it, though.
No, but what makes it really interesting to me is like the hard thing with this. Like,
does not shock me.
No, but like think of like where we live. We live in a really unique spot of where we're literally the farm is the dividing line of 255 and 655. Mm-hmm. In that zone, there's a difference of shooting one deer, because I think you can shoot 2 deer, but you can only kill a doe and a buck in 255.
Sure.
In 655, you can kill 3 bucks if you wanted to. One for every season.
Riddle me that.
I think,
That's all that's, trust the science stuff.
That was the one thing I wish was going to be taken away this year.
The CWD zones?
No, I mean, those are what they are, and they'll be around for God knows who long. But in terms of the 3 buck limit.
Oh, yeah.
To the people that I would love to hear from you, I know Zach almost pulled off the trifecta a couple of years back, but like,
because it's bow, shotgun, muzzleloader.
Yeah. Well, you have to be specific to where, like, if you're bow hunting, you're hunting with a bow. If you're shotgun hunting, you can't take a muzzleloader shotgun hunting and fill your shotgun tag with your muzzleloader.
But you can take a shotgun muzzleloader hunting, or no?
Yep. So like if you had a regular southeastern Minnesota shotgun tag zone, you could go with a muzzleloader and fill your shotgun tag.
Okay.
But in the terms of the DNR and I called on this and I verified it a couple different times to where it's like, now if you're going to shoot a shotgun buck, you have to use a shotgun.
I mean, makes sense.
Cannot use
a shotgun tag.
So technically, if you shot one with a muzzleloader, your muzzleloader tag and your shotgun tag would be void. You just have your one buck tag.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I wish it was a 2 buck limit, which I think is kind of cool because you could kill one early. But to the people that have killed 3 bucks, hats off to you. Like, that's a lot of work.
I haven't killed 3 bucks in 10 years, so.
Yeah, I say it all the time, and I hate admitting to it, but it's like I've wounded a lot. I've shot a big one every year for the last 4 or 5 years now.
Gotta keep shooting that bow, boy.
I really think, though, I feel like you've seen me shoot. I feel like I'm not tooting my own horn. I think I'm a really good shot, and I think I'm a really good shot in the field. I think what's really been my kryptonite is
pressure.
Not pressure.
No, I know.
But I would say, like, trying to shoot sometimes too far forward, if that's a thing.
No, because, I get that.
You think about, like, I've shot Rage for forever. They've worked. I've shot fixed blade for 1 year. I do shoot fixed blades on my trad bow. I do like those. I would never shoot a mechanical.
I don't think you shoot hard enough.
Yeah, sometimes trying to shoot, you see those, you do the finger thing. It's like, what is it? 2 fingers off the front. You're taking it off of the white knuckle off their leg, and where the white is in their armpit. Like that should be your shot because you're anticipating that deer's going to drop. But where I get myself of trying to, it's a great shot. It is, but it's like you have a lot of room to work with right. But maybe it's just the way that I hold my bow too and how I torque my wrist. Like if I'm going to miss, I'm going to miss left. And missing high and left.
You've been missing left, or you would prefer to miss left?
No, I just have missed left. I would rather miss right because saying this deer, okay, in perspective.
So you're doing more gut shots is what you're saying.
Well, no, I've had more frontal shots. So
okay, I guess it depends on which side the
saying that
deer's
this deer is broadside to me, this is his head facing me.
Gotcha, okay. I was facing the other way.
Me shooting more left, like I think of my deer from South Dakota.
More like in the
brisket.
Yeah.
Yep, I think of my deer.
I was so confused.
Yeah, well, it depends which way you flip
here.
it. You know?
That's what I mean. I was like, wait a second here.
I haven't got
Right
shot
brain,
a deer
left
in a
brain.
long time. But like that's my thing. Like the South Dakota deer that I shot in Camp Crook, probably 150 inch 10-pointer, great deer. I anticipated that deer ducked because he saw me. And I took my moment and I shot, and he didn't move a muscle. And I aimed for like middle shoulder, and I ended up missing left and shot high. But I still thought I got for sure single lung on that deer. Long story. It was the last day of the trip. We
Maybe
looked
I
that morning.
can't remember. You'd have to listen to like someone like John Dudley or something. Mm-hmm. But I want to say if you're missing left, I think you're dropping your arm too early. Like you're looking, at your shot more.
Yeah.
Because it's like golf.
Yeah.
To break it down, like for someone
Layman
like
terms
you.
for me.
Yeah. no, but that's what it is. I think it's left because if you're obviously a righted shooter, so if you're dropping, if you want to like watch your arrow hit the target, you're pulling your bow to the left.
Yeah.
So that's probably what you're doing.
Because even my mule deer that I shot in South Dakota, once again, biggest buck
Front
of my
left
life.
brisket.
Front left. I mean, once again, thought I 10 ringed him.
It's not a bad band name.
Right.
Front left biscuit.
Front left.
It's like limp biscuit, but front
left
brisket.
So yeah, I hope things can be flipped around. That's why it felt so good to shoot that one with the muzzleloader, because it was just like I've shot this so many times, and I know the bullet goes where I want the bullet to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Finished him off.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you can whack one. Okay, here's a question for you. Would you rather, just with the year that you're going to have right now, I think I know the answer. Would you rather whack a whitetail like opening weekend? Maybe not like the biggest deer in the world, but like
a nice buck.
A nice buck. Especially, dude, if you kill him behind the house.
It could be a 105-inch deer. I might shoot it.
105?
If I got both boys with me.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
You got the boys with you.
Yeah, I'm not hunting
out there by himself.
There's going to be literally no point for me to hunt back there without the children.
You can't tell me if you've got a 150-inch that's just cruising back there.
Okay,
you're like, all right, boys, chance. I'm getting up at 5 a.m.
Very
putting an arrow
hard
in this deer.
Them not to stand literally on the deck and go, Dad.
Well, it's going to be just like our turkey hunting day that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, that's a. But okay, but would you rather kill a buck early and just be done with it, and then you can enjoy the rest of the fall for like
ducks,
or would you rather kind of have it where you have your take? Because you kind of said this, where it's like, all right, I'm not gonna hunt as much early season for whitetails until it's like go time. Mm-hmm. Or would you rather kill like one late then?
I mean, bird in the hand's worth two in the bush.
Yeah,
but I think I'd probably
fall kind of.
I was gonna say, I think it's gonna be a heavy focus on. Probably early goose this year for me, mixing in some teal.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could still whack a decent deer at like Halloween time.
Yeah.
Then literally Halloween, shoot it on Halloween, and then have all of November and December to
you have a Minnesota tag too.
Chase ducks and geese.
Yeah. I think I would definitely... Yeah, the first time I get any of the shooters on the farm dead, I don't care the day. Public.
I mean, I would wait till September 15th.
For sure. I mean, I don't even
not go past the end of December.
This is the hard thing right now when our farm is surrounded by corn this year.
Yeah.
So it isn't even like fun because we only have, I should take that back, because the bean fields we do have, they do get loaded up. I mean, I'm talking 20 plus deer a night, but like, yeah, I would love the whack one over Halloween. But if I kill one early though, talking like before Halloween, by the just grace of God and just it happens, I will buy a Wisconsin tag. And
bow?
Yeah, for sure. Come hunt in public by you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you just come hunt ducks.
Could. It's so hard for me to
I can watch it kill you inside. I literally watch it.
I felt so sad. I was telling Joey this today. Like I felt so wrong being at that place because it's like I love it, and we talked about this earlier. I don't get me wrong, I love it. You put a gun in my hand, fun. You put a camera in my hand, fun. Like it's fun, but it's like I can't go with anybody, or I can't go by myself. I got to go with somebody. But going to that place and seeing all these people that are just diehard nuts like you, and
I'm not way past me.
Yeah, but like they love it. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, you're in over your waders, as they say.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, but yeah, no, I'm ready for fall. It can come here sooner than later. Would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you think our faith would look if we put the time that we put into our hobbies?
Wow, what a transition. That was a great one.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. It'd be
I was thinking about that
It'd
today.
be a lot better. That's all. I mean, that's all I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I just think of the things that and I'm guilty of this. Just
we all are. We're all sinners.
In my trades of where I get hyper focused on things.
Yep.
If I want to do something, I am all in or nothing.
Yep.
And I think of all the
gas,
time.
no breaks.
Oh yeah, I think of the times that you getting tree stands set, getting food plots, and all the hours that you put into that. Where it's like, well, yeah, how much time did you put to your faith today? Did you? Oh yeah, you prayed for breakfast and for supper, and you said your prayers at night.
You got your 3 minutes in.
But like, did you say some little prayers throughout the day? Did you give thanks today? I mean, have you had a conversation? I think that's the one thing that has been fun to see in my faith and fun to see in my kids' faith and through my wife and through a bunch of people. But where it's like, once you get a little bit more in tune with your faith of where I feel like you get to know of like when you're feeling of, all right, I'm in the zone. I'm in like in the good of or where you start to feel where I think that's the Holy Spirit talking to you when you start to feel that hand on the shoulder where it's like, hey, you're kind of getting a little far away right now. I want you to come back.
The opposite, sure.
And I feel like the farther you get away, the stronger that feeling gets. When you kind of get to your faith of where you kind of get to that level where it's like, I really feel like I've just been off lately. And then it's amazing how it's like you spend a day or two in prayer or fasting or whatever that is. And it kind of just snaps you back to where you're like, oh, I feel like I'm in tune again. You know, life feels kind of good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's definitely a pendulum. I think with the piece you're talking about there's times in your life where you feel good, you're doing the right things, you know, quote unquote, but then you get sidetracked, and then that's just what I think the most beautiful part about our faith is that as sidetracked as you think you could ever be, it doesn't matter to God, right? Like and that's the thing that, you know, that I think a lot of people struggle with is the fact that like, oh, I curse and drink beer and I do all these things that are maybe not great things, right? But they think they're too far gone.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to fall into that trap because that's the devil working.
For sure. 100% the devil.
God doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
You're too far gone.
Or think of it like if you've done something bad, whatever that is, you know, in terms of like you stole something, you said something you shouldn't have said to somebody today, you watched porn or you masturbated or whatever it is. Like we feel like those moments of, or like you said something to your best friend that really upset you, have those moments of regret of where you're just like, why do you feel the shame, you feel the anger, you feel all those different feelings.
You just completely fucked everything up.
Yeah, but that's the devil through and through, where it's just like, you know what, and I think God, that's one thing too. I think you have to be in the graces of being truthful and honest, giving, you know, your grief to, you know, giving that up to God of where it's, you know, like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But I think in those moments though too of like, you just said it, like I just did 2 devotionals that hit on both those things. Like the first one being talking about like, when you get to that lowest of low spot where you feel that feeling.
Yep.
And I'm sure we've all felt it, of where it's like, I do not feel good enough right now. And then like you just start putting words together. It doesn't feel like you're making sense. And you're just like, it's not good enough. I'm not going to pray. Like it's not worth it. But it's like those moments are so, because I've been there. I mean, like they're so surreal to me, of where it's like, now that I look at it, it's like those are some of the moments where your most powerful prayers come out, because you're literally at a point where you cannot get anything out, and you're at your lowest of low, how you're feeling and what you feel like. And I feel like those are the moments where you have like a true one-on-one conversation with God,
to Jesus
of where it's like, hey man, you pretty much, you've left and tried everything you could and none of it worked. And here you are now. And that's where I feel like what you just said, of where it's like, it's so beautiful, because God's just like, yeah, it's okay. You know what?
Good. I'm just glad.
Thanks. Glad you came back. You know?
Literally, that's all it is. It's like that buddy that you haven't talked to in a while, and you're like, he's probably busy. Yeah. Right? He might not be. He might be just waiting for you to reach out. And
I think too, you know, this is the other thing that you said. We're talking just being about, you know, your starting question there of like, how much time could you give back if you know, with all your hobbies and stuff. Another thing that I think is really profound is where it's like, I look at it, the opportunities, maybe I'm sure they exist in any form of hunting. If it's in a duck, I was just saying, not duck hunting, but they're there because I've seen it. But like, you know, quiet mornings in the marsh, quiet mornings in a tree stand, vice versa, evening, whatever it is, of like all those moments that we've taken for granted that we've had. I'm sure you feel it, obviously, of like where, like just now, like I always subconsciously think when you're having conversations about God and you feel like that, you know, you're in church and you feel like the sun rays kick on.
It did just kick on.
It did. That's why I feel like, I'm like, yeah, he's listening. But that's just me thinking in my head. But like those moments that we take for granted, where it's like you're sitting there basking in the, you know, I just think of like, for me, it takes me right to like a November 3rd morning. There's frost on the ground. It was colder than hell for the first 45 minutes. The sun started to come up. It's still cold,
Chili's
but then finally there's a moment of where the warmth of the sun finally hits, and it just like, it just hits you so hard where it's like you cannot help but inside to be like, thank you, God, for letting me be here. But I feel like we take some of those moments for granted sometimes, of where it's like, hey, you don't have your phone on you. It's on silent. There's nobody talking to you. There's no other busyness happening right now. It's like, why not have a moment with the big man? And like, how many of those moments that I think of my life where I've been so hyper focused on like, God, is this deer going to come today? This is going to happen, or like this, and preoccupied with the camera, whatever it is. And it's like, I squandered those moments of silence that I could have had. But the one thing that I feel like has helped me, or I have it with me right now because I travel with it for work, but like my little pocket Bible. Shout out to Pizza Ranch in Brainerd.
Pizza Ranch. That's how. It's like that was like one of those times in a podcast where you're like, "Ooh, this is getting good," and you get an ad right in there. It's like, what?
We are sorry for the ads. We do appreciate if you do buy something, because we do make small amounts of money that goes back to the podcast. But no, they have camo Bibles for free that they give out at Pizza Ranch. So it's my daughter's favorite restaurant. So we always go there.
I need to hit up a Pizza Ranch, I guess.
Well, I think it's just local. People, the owners and stuff. But like I've taken probably 4. I have them in every bag, and then I've probably, because they just said take and grab as many as you want, and I've probably given away.
Now they know who's taking all their Bibles.
Yeah, but I've probably given 5 away to people.
That's good.
You know, and it's just like one of those things that my dad always did that, and I don't know where I have the one original pocket Bible that he gave me, but like for me, I've started. You know, I hate reading. I listen. I think you know that, but like I listen to audiobooks, so I do kind of read books. But sitting down and reading that Bible, though, for me, in that moment, makes me almost hyper-consciously where it's like, oh, that was really good. And then it's like, oh, I should probably pray. And then it's like 30 minutes goes by, and then you're just at peace.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to go. Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was left field for you coming. I kind of forgot. It was like, oh, wow, that's a profound question.
There you go.
Yeah, man, God is good. He's always good. And I just feel very blessed to be where we're at today with, you know, just moment with you and spending time with friends and just the podcast and all of you guys listening. We just thank you so much for all the love and support. And it's fun to hear, you know, stories from people that have listened to the podcast and people that they've told to listen to the podcast, and really just kind of to see this thing kind of grow finally, which is fun.
Yeah. All starts with an idea.
That's right. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks so much for listening again. This was a fun episode, and we'll just have to see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through faith in the great outdoors. We hope today's episode has inspired you to seek God's presence in the wilderness and deepen your connection with nature. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Wild Faith Podcast on your favorite platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll continue to be a part of the Wild Faith Podcast community. We'd also love to hear from our listeners, so please don't hesitate to reach out with your questions, comments, or topic suggestions. You can connect with us on social media or through our website. Your feedback is important to us and helps us improve and tailor our content to better serve you. And always remember, the great outdoors isn't just a playground for hunting and fishing. It's a sanctuary for finding solace and spiritual renewal. As you gear up for that next adventure, I pray you find God's presence in the crackling of a campfire, the thrill of reeling in your catch, or the quiet solitude found in nature. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Wild Faith Podcast. Take care, and God bless.